Okay, welcome everybody. This morning I've been reflecting with a number of people in different conversations about the nature of change and transformation. And of course, there have been many very quotable people over the years, and Albert Einstein is one of them. And we're going to use his quote here this morning as part of our foundation for our practice. He said, "The world as we have created is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking." So with that in mind, you can of course imagine that you've come to your practice to help feel better in so many ways, physically, psychologically, spiritually, energetically, physiologically. But we've also come to explore, we call this svadhyaya in yoga, to explore the nature of our thinking and where we go into distortion and how we get to come back to clarity. So please take a comfortable and upright seat that you can sit in for the next couple of moments for quiet meditation. You can rest your hands in your lap. You can let your eyes close too. I'm just getting my hair off of my face so I can be less distracted. So Albert Einstein, a great scientist and a great wordsmith, he put this together where we can still feel that it's true today. The world as we have created is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. So when you first settle in for meditation this afternoon, just notice not the actual thoughts, but notice the quality of your mind. And in yoga, we say there are 5 qualities of mind. One is called disturbed. One is called dull. One is called distracted. One is one-pointed. And the 5th is lucid. And just first check in with what is the quality of your mind? And as you sense the quality of your mind, I'm going to ask you to kind of treat it a little bit like you're observing a weather pattern, though you have a personal connection to this mind quality. Try not to meddle with it or get into narrating and judging and coercing it. So we can see from the place where we are capable of witnessing that which is happening. Notice the quality of your mind. Is it faster or slower? More chaotic, more rigid, more filled with angst, more filled with lethargy? Or is your mind just normally distracted, like commonplace distraction? And perhaps your mind leans closer right now to being one-pointed. Or maybe you arrive with a lucid mind, a clear mind. And observing the quality of your own mind, now start to have the breath come in to be nourishing. Don't think of the breath as now manipulating your mind. The breath is to nourish your attention, your concentration, therefore your intention. As the breath becomes deeper, perhaps also smoother and longer, now elongate your spine, lift your heart, and cultivate a posture of kind of readiness, but also humility. a posture of alertness and inquiry. You can bring your hands together at your heart. Come to Anjali Mudra. We will chant together. We'll chant Asatoma Sat Gamaya. May this practice help us to discern that which is skillful, that which is not skillful, that which is real, not real, true, not true. May we move from ignorance to intelligence. May we go from forgetting to remembering, from the finite to the infinite. We can sing together. Om Asatoma Sat Gamaya Tamasoma Jyotya Gamaya Mrityorama Amritam Gamaya Om Asatoma Sat Gamaya Tamasoma Jyotya Gamaya Mrityorama Amritam Gamaya Om Asatoma Sat Gamaya Tamasoma Jyotya Gamaya Mrityorama Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. And with your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. And release your hands. Open your eyes. So many of you know that for a long time, I've been also very fond of the teachings of another mystic. His name is Rumi. And so Einstein said that first quote. He said, "The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking." And then Rumi said this, and I'll put it up on the screen share for you. He said, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself." And so we're really here for the practice of svadhyaya and the practice of personal transformation, so that we then go out into the world to be agents of change, because our collective thinking, we are all influenced by and contributing to. So I'm glad that you're here for this process. Please come up to standing, and I'll go back to my standing mat, Susie. Yeah. And did I get the camera turned on? You can let me know if I did it okay. I have a little tangle with my cord. Okay. All good. You got it, Susie, or do I have to turn that on? Okay, got it. All right, great. So take a stance, a horse stance, so you got the toes turned out, bend your knees a little bit, and sit down into the center of your pelvis. And we're just going to start with swinging, so that when you're swinging, let the fist strike the back of the waist and the front of your rib cage. So on the back side, it's going to be your kidneys and your adrenals. On the front side is the liver and the spleen, and then the gallbladder and the pancreas. And as you're rotating, let it be free and rhythmic according to your own body. So these rotations being rhythmic, this is already one of the ways to help re-regulate your mind, body, breath, heart connection. We're going to add a really strong exhale to this in just a moment. And our hand gesture is going to change. It's called pushing hands, pushing like this. Five, four, three, two, one. Come to center, straighten your legs. Inhale, go up. And then exhale, bow forward. Make your feet parallel. Come on down. Release the weight of your head, the weight of your heart. Imagine releasing the weight of your thoughts. Take a deep breath in through the nose and fill the torso as completely as you can for this inhale, almost like you're yawning. And then exhale and blow the exhale out with a sound. Again, inhale through your nose. Imagine it like a parachute to the back of the body. And then blow out the sound. Now hands to your hips. Rise up to standing. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. This time, interlace your fingers. Push the heels of your hands up and look up. Now, I'm going to ask you to let the hips come forward, just in line with the toes. So you are stretching the front of your hip flexors. Reach up and make a little back bend. Open your throat. Lift your gaze. And then exhale, push out with a sound. Inhale, rise up. Sweep the arms wide. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, push up. Also root down into your heels. Inhale, little back bend. Let the hips come forward. Again, inhale, rise up. Breathe through your nose. Last time for this, exhale, press up and look up. And then inhale, let the hips come forward, make a little standing back bend. And exhale. Now hands to your hips. Rise up to your jazz dance warm-up pose. Yep. So you make the feet a little bit wider if you need to. I just widened my stance also. And let's come back to rhythm as a way to coordinate between your mind, brain, breath, body, and heart. I might even say a way to re-coordinate, because we become discoordinated or arrhythmic throughout the course of the day when we go more into mind habits and we're less connected to the body wisdom, less connected to the breath, the intelligence of the breath. And then we become less connected to our wisdom mind and more kind of invested in our habit mind. So the next time that you take your hips and knees to the right, try straightening the left leg. Inhale, you can straighten your right arm also. And then exhale, jazz dance warm-up pose. Now inhale, glide to your left. Straighten the right leg and the left arm. And exhale, glide to center. Inhale, glide right. So this is slower, more steady. Exhale, glide to center. Good. Inhale, glide to your left. And exhale, glide to center. And then rise up to standing, and let's do toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, in. And then standing in mountain pose, just ask at this point now, what is the quality of your mind? More disturbed, more dull, more distracted, more one-pointed, or closer to lucid? Now this afternoon, we're going to use these two blankets, but we're going to start with only one of them. When we use two, just to give your psoas a little readiness, I'm going to be addressing the psoas. Right now we're going to address the calf muscles, the feet, and the arches. So place this across your mat, please. And put two blocks. So you can step onto the blanket with your heels on the floor and your toes on the blanket. And that is for how we're going to start your sun salutation this afternoon. I see that my camera's a little bit crooked. Don't tip your head to look at me, just be straight up. I'm not going to try to fix it now because it's kind of minor and it takes me some time to figure that out. So join your hands at your heart, please. So you are right now on this blanket. Check and see if you can tippy toe, and then you can also lower down. You're able to do that slowly. Yeah, very good. Okay, now ujjayi inhale. Please rise up, tippy toe. And then ujjayi exhale, lower your heels, bring your arms wide, come into anjali mudra. Repeat that again. Inhale, coordinate that you're at the high point of your heels, the high point of your fingers, and the high point of your inhale. And then exhale, arms wide. You're going to come to the low point of the heels, the rejoining of your hands, the completion of your exhale. Once more. Use the ujjayi breath to increase your sense of concentration. Exhale. Now we're going to add the sun salutation. Rise up on your tiptoes. If possible, raise your gaze while keeping your balance. And then exhale, as you lower the heels, also come forward and down to uttanasana. And there you have your two blocks. Inhale, glide your heart forward. Use the same long, steady breath. Exhale for a deep bow towards your legs. Say hello to your calf muscles. Inhale, glide forward, please. And keeping your right foot on the blanket and your right heel on the ground, step back with your left toes. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. And exhale, reach forward with your left arm, reach back with your right arm. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. So both arms meet at the top. Exhale, reach forward, make the left heel strong behind you even though it's not touching the floor. Inhale, rise up. Look up if possible. Exhale, reach forward, right arm back. Last one, inhale to rise. This time, exhale, push out to the sides of your room as you come forward and down. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Bring your heart forward, please. And then exhale, a deep bow towards your legs. Say hello to your calf muscles. Notice how the right one feels different from your left in any way that it does. Inhale, glide forward through your heart. Step your right toes back. Press down through your left heel and inhale, rise up to your crescent lunge. Coordinate your exhale here so the left arm goes back, right arm forward. Do not hammock into your left hip. Inhale, rise up by strengthening your left hip. Root down into your left heel. Exhale. So make this rhythmic. If it's not my breath pace, it needs to be yours, of course. So if my pace isn't quite your pace, make sure you're honoring the pace that you need between your brain, your breath, and your body. Once more, inhale to rise. Strengthen your left heel and your left hip. And then exhale, make a big circle of your arms. Touch the two blocks, and this time place your hands on the blocks and step backwards to your downward dog pose. And when you exhale next, roll forward to plank pose. Gaze down between your thumbs in plank pose. Then inhale, glide back, downward facing dog pose. Exhale, roll forward, plank pose. Inhale, glide back, downward facing dog pose. And then exhale, roll forward to plank pose. Now touch your knees lightly down to the floor. And as you inhale, press into cat pose. Make the whole back body round and broad. And then exhale, come forward to cow pose. Open your chest, your heart, and your throat. Good. Inhale to cat. We're going to be adding sound to the exhale now. So exhale, lion's breath, cow pose. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, lion's breath, cow pose. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Twice more. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, slide your heart forward now between your upper arms and come into upward facing dog pose. Now breathe in. And then roll to plank pose. Use your low belly, step over your toes at the top of your plank pose. Reach backwards to your downward facing dog pose. And then aiming gracefully, step your right foot forward, toes on your blanket. Left foot forward, toes on your blanket. Exhale to deeply bow towards your legs. Inhale, rise up. Urdhva Hastasana at the top. Come up to your tiptoes. Lift your gaze if you can. And then exhale, hands to your heart, heels to the floor, all at once, arriving. We're going to add to our sequence now. So inhale, tippy toe. Nice job. Look up, coordinate. And then exhale to uttanasana. So your heels are going down. The hips don't really go back so much as your torso comes forward. And then uttanasana. Now inhale, glide forward through your heart. Step your left toes back and put the blocks on the back side of your blanket, like this, please. You've got your right toes and right heel still grounded right there. Press down into your left block with your left arm. Inhale, twist to your right. Now exhale, untwist and reach your right hand past your left. Inhale, twist right. Exhale, come down, twist across, right hand past your left. Inhale, twist right, keep the left arm strong. Press down from your left shoulder to your hand. Exhale, left arm still strong as you twist across. Inhale to open. Exhale, rotate down and across. Here's the last one. Inhale to open. And then exhale, lower your right hand to your right block. Straighten both legs. So yes, your right toes are on the blanket still. When you straighten both legs, keep your heel grounded, but press your toes forward onto that blanket. Raise your blocks up tall. Pivot your left heel to the floor behind you. And now inhale, open to your left, kind of like triangle pose. And exhale, come down and twist past your right hand. Inhale, twist to your left. Energize both legs and your right arm. Exhale, untwist and reach past your right arm with your left. Inhale to open. So the right arm should be stable the whole time. Exhale, come down and through. Last one, inhale to open. We're going to stay a while. Let's imagine that you were just sort of clearing the windshield of the mind, of your mind. And as you press down into both legs right now and you strengthen your right arm, look for the quality of freedom that can come as you change your thinking, as your thinking is actually changed by life, including the courage of others. Gaze up towards your left thumb, any amount that you can turn your head in line with your neck. Make the quality of the breath smooth and steady. Imagine the quality of your mind becoming both more one-pointed and then more lucid. Now, any amount that you'd like to, you can open the left arm so the body becomes more like a sail on a ship. Enjoy a little back bend, even gaze back. What would it be like to have a really free experience of your mind, not limited to old thoughts or old mental patterns? When you next exhale, begin unwinding your pose. Come back down to the two tall blocks. Place them medium, please. Lift your left heel, bend your right knee, and inhale, step forward. You can keep the blocks behind the blankets where they are for now, because we're going to step the right foot back promptly. Okay, so press down firmly into your right arm and your right hand, and inhale, twist to your left. Of course, you won't twist as far, it's a whole different pose. Exhale, come across, reach your left hand past your right arm. Inhale to twist, keep your right leg stable, pelvis stable, left thigh stable. Exhale, untwist. You're moving your upper back, thoracic spine, cervical spine, head and eyes. Inhale, open your left arm like a wingtip to the sky. Exhale, unwind. Once more, inhale to open, like clearing the windshield of your mind. When you exhale, lower your left hand to its block. Make both blocks tall. Straighten your left leg so the toes are still stretched out there on the blanket. Pivot your back heel to the floor, but don't sashay your hips to the side, please. And then pressing into your left arm. Inhale, twist to your right. And then exhale to untwist and reach down and across. Inhale, twist to your right. Exhale, roll down and across so your right arm passes your left. Use your upper back here, please. Inhale to open, like clearing the windshield of the mind. Exhale to come down, or even we can imagine clearing even the cobwebs that we didn't know were there, or the places on the windshield that have become so familiar, but they're really quite dusty. Exhale to unwind, reach your right arm past your left. And then once more, inhale to open. We're going to stay a while. So gaze up towards your right thumb as well as you can by turning. So the tailbone is rooted, but then turn your low belly, your mid belly, and most of all, turn through your heart, and then through your neck and your nose and your eyes. Imagine the mind that you could have that's more one-pointed, not even like normal distraction, but moving from normal distraction to more consistently being one-pointed, focused, more self-aware, less easily hijacked. And any amount that your upper body, your heart, your pose, your throat would want, you can enjoy a little feeling of a back bend. And then follow your breath cycle to unwind from here. Place the 2 blocks on the medium setting. Pivot your right heel and now step your left foot backwards into downward dog pose. And then roll forward with both knees. Touch them to the floor, please. And sit back in Zazen. Place your hips on your block there. It's like our mountain pose, but kneeling. And close your eyes. As you gaze inside, invite your mind to have like an automatic update from consciousness, an update from love. So old habits lose their power, old mind habits. Long-standing, timeless wisdom can find its way to your antenna, to bloom in your own mind. And what we're going to do here is we're going to be coming forward from kneeling. So let me say a couple things. If you can kneel all the way down, please do, like I'm sitting hips on heels. If that's really uncomfortable, please sit in a chair so that when you come forward, there's a chair or a support in front of you for your head. Because we're going to place the fists right here, and we're going to be coming forward to place the head on something for support. Then we'll be rolling back up to sitting. So we're going to do 5 or 6 minutes here on your psoas muscle. We're not going to do one thing for 5 or 6 minutes. This is the start of what we're going to be doing. So depending on how far forward you come easily, and I would prefer that your hips stay on your heels. So if when you start bowing forward, your hips start rising up off of your heels, if that's a temptation, it's actually helpful to put the other blanket under your knees. If you don't kneel all the way to the floor, as some of you I know you don't, you have knee replacements, so you're not going to have the knees bend this much. In that case, you're sitting in a chair, but when you go forward, your hips stay on the seat of the chair, and there's another chair or a coffee table with a couple of blocks in front of you. So when I elevate my knees and I come forward, I do want my head to be supported, and that's just a little too far away for me. So what I'm going to do is fold my blanket one more fold because I don't need that much more height. Please check for yourself. And then rise up to sitting. We'll begin. Okay, so we're going to inhale while we're upright or coming upright. We're going to hum to go down. And the word is spelled H-U-M, like this, the word hum. And you say, hum. And the lips go between the teeth, and the back of the throat is hollow and open. And this humming is affecting this entire myofascial line from the upper palate, the throat, the soft tissue, this, what do they call it? Yeah, soft, I think it's called soft tissue. Smooth muscles, excuse me, that's my amnesia. I'm putting two words together. It's the smooth muscles of the digestive system that you're also going to be affecting. Okay, so hands like this. Let's inhale through the nose. Ujjayi inhale. Inhale to come up. Inhale to rise. Rise up with your inhale breath. Lightly hold the breath for a moment at the top. At your own pace, inhale to rise, hold the breath for a few moments at the top. And then inhale to roll up for a short period of silence. Notice the quality of your mind. And with a more loving mind, my recommendation, let's stack these two blankets. With what I mean is a more loving mind, not a less loving mind. We'll stack the two blankets and turn them like this. And then come onto your blanket so that when you lie down, your hips are on the blankets. Your upper chest is on the floor, and if you drop the knees into the chest, it mimics the pose that you were just in. but could be really relaxed, right? Gravity helps the knees to stay. You're not holding on to them. So if it's the case that the knees are just here by gravity, wonderful. Take the arms out. Notice what happens with your breathing. Don't try to make anything of the breath. You just notice what your breath is doing. Now keeping both knees together, bring them down to the left side of your blanket. If you prefer it, you can put a block here for your ankles. And then open the right arm to twist to your right. Try to keep the two knees stacked, please. So a couple recommendations in this twist. You are trying to keep the knees stacked. The knees can be a little closer to your chest, so not just 90 degrees, which would be about here, but a little closer. So a little bit more flexion happens for the lumbar spine there. And the back bend of your twist is in your thoracic spine, your upper back spine. Rotate your nose as far as it comfortably goes to your right. And then bring your right arm back over, and I'm going to ask you to make your left arm as a pillow for your head for a moment. Yeah, and then take the right leg. We haven't done this before, so you might need to watch a little bit. You're going to take the right leg, lengthen it out. Okay, so you are trying to straighten it. And then see if you can start to lower your right hip. I have to move that block, excuse me. Lower your right outer hip and your right inner heel. Reach your right arm past your right ear. You might reach up and clasp the hand so you can give a little boost to your right arm. You are keeping your balance, yep. And then snug your right knee in, right elbow in. So this is like the fetal position right here. And we're going to roll onto the back, bring both knees up with you. We're going to go to the other side for the twist. So depending on how long your blanket is, you can pick up the hips and slide the blanket so there's more blanket to your right now. Come down to your right, put a block for your ankles. The knees can be closer to your chest, not farther. And as you twist to your left, just turn your nose as far as it comfortably goes to your left. Now here, I'd like you to practice a little bit with your breath, not in any sense of coercion, but can you exhale thoughtfully at the end of the exhale? Can you allow the inhale to blossom into your body? You can put a little bit of leadership over the exhale, but I'm asking you not to try to make the inhale. Let it blossom into your body. Do that one more time. And then place your right arm like a pillow for your head. And keep your right knee close to your chest. Lengthen your left leg out. Reach your left arm overhead. And try reaching long through your left hip so you can lower the left hip slightly down. And the left heel may or may not reach the floor. Enjoy a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring your left knee into your chest, bring your left elbow down, so like the fetal position. And using both hands, roll onto your backside, touch your feet down. So now you are momentarily you're in this supported bridge pose. This is just a way to describe that your hips are supported and the knees are still bent. Please close your eyes. And be willing not to do anything, but to simply watch inside. Consider releasing the habit of tension across the low belly or in the psoas itself. So you have a right psoas muscle and a left psoas muscle. They're running alongside the vertebrae from the upper inner groin up to the place where your diaphragm and your 12 thoracic vertebrae are. And right now the psoas muscles have a little bit of slack because of the position that we're in. So invite them to relax, to soften. And then you can just push the blankets out until they're right next to your sitting bones. So that when you take the legs out, the psoas is still slack right here. You can place your hands on your hips if you like. Arms out to the side is okay too. An eye pillow, whatever you need. So consider when you're releasing this deep abdominal muscle called the psoas, that you are also releasing long-standing mental habit, because the psoas is a high-speed conductor of non-verbal sensory input that feeds upwards towards your brain, where your mind interprets, labels, judges, catalogs, and then narrates. Imagine the mind gets to have like this garbage disposal effect as the psoas releases that which is outdated, that which is untrue, that which is already resolved, and you no longer need that running in the conduits of your body. As you practice like this, it's helpful if you deeply relax your eyes, your face, and your tongue. Your tongue and your psoas together can support profound relaxation. Welcome your mind, not only your psoas, to have this deep release. Whatever you've been holding, subconscious, unconscious, your own, the collective. Imagine those thoughts receding, fading, fading. That which is outdated, no longer true, never was true. That which is resolved. You've had many insights in life already, so some old patterns are resolved, but the body still remembers them. Invite that all to wash away, fading and fading, and making room for that which is clear and lucid, that which is courageous and wise. And just scan gently for any places still holding tension. Pinky toe, thumb, some habit you have between the shoulder blades. As you invite that tension to soften, include your mind in that letting go. And now just becoming aware that you've invited a recalibration of sorts. And let this now become a felt memory in your body, your mind, and your heart. Like if you're glimpsing deep ease or lucidity of mind or courageousness of heart, let that become a body memory. You'll be able to bring it with you into your day, but also beyond just today. We invite this to become a memory so it's less easily forgettable. You can gently wiggle your toes, your fingers. Tone the low belly across your front hip bones, and then slide your feet and knees up so you can roll to your side. You can rise up to sitting. I'm going to take my 2 cool blankets to sit on across the ankles. You could try the same if you want to, it's not required. And come up to sit, to sense your own kind of inner stability, the inner stabilization that you're trying to cultivate. If you're having moments of well-being right now or moments of clarity, if the mind feels more lucid, establish it as a memory, a new felt sense of the ground on which you can walk. Just bring your hands to your heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May there be inner peace, peace between us, and peace in all the realms. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.